click is all it takes to lose everything.
We are in a cyber war. You can either be a defendant or you could be a victim.
So I'm recently attending a cybersecurity event where I'm giving a keynote, and I'm just looking through the agenda just to see the other topics and the other speakers. And I notice one of the presentations is AV is dead. Antivirus is dead. And I'll tell you, when I see this type of stuff, I sort of cringe and I roll my eyes. And I have to ask a simple question. Are we trying to help people, or are we just trying to play up the hype? And I've attended the presentation, and essentially they take a piece of antivirus software, they configure it in a certain way, and then they show how a series of attacks that AV was never meant to protect against gets bypassed and AV doesn't catch it. And therefore, because they have a specifically configured version that didn't catch certain attacks that it was never meant to catch, they now conclude that AV is dead. I'm sitting there going, wait, this is crazy. AV was never meant to catch all attacks. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that antivirus is going to fix all things, but here's my question to you. Go to your computer and run a report for the last 60 days of the number of malware that antivirus caught. And it's not zero. On my system, it was 23, and on one of my friends that I looked at, it was 45 pieces of malware. That doesn't sound dead to me. So my concern is, if we're going in and telling people that they don't need antivirus, because that was the conclusion, it's dead, so you should remove it from your system. If they're not running antivirus, what's going to catch those 30 or 40 pieces of malware that slip through all the other defensive mechanisms? So we need to make sure we're careful here. Yes, in most cases, antivirus might only be catching 15, maybe 18% of all attacks coming at your system. But those are 15 or 18 attacks that bypassed all your other security measures. Remember, in many cases, AV is your last and only line of defense. So if you believe the hype, the BS, that it's really dead, and you remove it off your system, you're basically saying you're going to get hit with 15 to 18% more attacks. So I do like some of these folks that are trying to show people that no solution is perfect. There is no silver bullet. No technology is going to give you 100% protection. But this idea where we're playing up the hype to trick people, to tell them technology isn't needed, which puts them in a vulnerable state, this to me has to stop. This is crazy. This is doing a disservice to the community. So for everyone out there that's going in, configuring technology so you can purposely bypass it to show off your skills, that's okay. But please, 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 don't make the conclusion that the technology is dead, and please don't convince people to remove it off their system. That's just doing more harm than good, and that's not helping people. So AV, firewalls, IDSs are not perfect. They're not going to catch 100% of the attacks, but as long as they're catching 5, 10, 15, or 20%, we need them, and we need as much defense in depth as possible, because guess what? This adversary is really tough. They're playing with real bullets, and they're trying to hurt us, and we need all the technology we can help. We should be encouraging people to put more layers of defense on our system, not encouraging people to put less layers and put ourselves in a vulnerable state. So let's work together, let's not overhype the situation, and let's make sure everyone is protected, and together we can make cyberspace a safe place to live, work, and raise a family.